Hey everyone, a bit of just a moment of reflection today in the middle of what's been a crazy week and a crazy year, but we're heading into Remembrance Day and our observations around that, and Veterans Week. So Veterans Week in Canada starts on November the 5th. And, I've been heartened walking outside around here in Ottawa. I'm heading back to Calgary soon to see a lot of people wearing the poppy. And for those of you, before you're going to start saying, you're wearing it on the wrong side or whatever, I am wearing it on my left side. Sometimes the camera flips the image. I'm glad to see that, but I know that in certain parts of the country where there are shutdowns and whatnot, it might make it more difficult this year to actually get a poppy or to remind yourself to get a poppy because you might not be going out as much. I just want to talk a little bit. I usually don't put my personal life out on my political page, but what I'll say here is a matter of public record. But I did get married in the last couple of years, which is great news for me. And my husband is a veteran. He's a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces of the U.S. Army. He has served in several combat deployments. And I just now, as the spouse of a veteran, and I'm also very proud because my stepdaughter has joined the U.S. Armed Forces as well. So as a stepmother of somebody who has decided to choose a life of service, there's unique challenges that go with that. And I'm not going to get into that because that's my personal life. But I will say this, it's really important that we stop and we recognize the sacrifices that the members of our armed forces, that we recognize them and that we honor them and that we take time and just really understand that them and their family, they go through things that everyday people don't go through. They have special challenges, and they've done that in service for our country and for what we believe in, for our democracy. So I just a personal opinion, or just a personal appeal tonight. I have stopped and gotten my poppies. I always donate online as well. I just encourage you to do that and to stop and figure out how you're going to do that to show members of our armed forces that we support them during COVID this year when things are weird. And our leader, Erin O'Toole, actually posted a video encouraging people to take part in a doorstep ceremony on November 11th. Many legions across the country aren't offering their normal services because of COVID restrictions. And I would just encourage you to take time right now and plan your day that day while you still got some time so that you can take time and honor members of our armed forces who have made sacrifices as well as their families. So get a poppy, donate. You can donate online. Just Google the Royal Canadian Legion or the Poppy Fund. That fund does a lot for veterans across the country. And just pause for a moment. I mean, our media is so saturated with, this hyperbole and rhetoric about all this sort of stuff that we're hearing with elections recently, and just stop, because none of that would be possible without the people who serve our country in these roles. So perhaps not my most articulate video because it's something that's just so near and dear to my heart, but as somebody who has very close family who do serve with one of our closest allies, albeit, but many friends who serve in the Canadian Armed Forces. And I just ask you to stop and pause and be grateful for the democracy that we live in, to honor their sacrifice. If you know somebody or a family that's in the armed forces, reach out to them and just say, hey, how are you doing? Do you need anything? This year's been really hard on everybody. Are you having any unique challenges? Can I help you? And at the very least, get a poppy and show your support. I think that that's something that unites our country regardless of political stripes. So take some time and honor the men and women of Canada's armed forces and their families during this time of year. Working hard for you. Have a great day.